Hey everybody, welcome to Country Girl. Today I'm going to be doing a Christmas centerpiece, and I just want to go over some of the things that you're going to need to make this. Now I do have two red trucks here. Of course you can make this with one red truck, and then if you don't have a red truck you can also find you some other type of little sign or something like that you want to use. You can always add something else to it to make it your own, but today I am going to be using the little red trucks. And then in addition to using those, two of these little boxes, and I did pick these up from the Dollar Tree. I know some of you had said that you were having a hard time trying to find these, so you could probably go to Walmart or Michael's or somewhere if you need to find you some little small boxes like that, but you do want to have two of those. And then also you are going to want to have two of these Christmas trees. Again, you know, all this is Dollar Tree stuff, so these are the Christmas trees that you want to have. They have white ones too, but I prefer the green ones. And then you are going to want to have floral foam so that you can put your pieces down in and they will stay. And also, I did not get this year. I found this in a box. I thought I had some, but Dollar Tree does sell packs of these, and it's just like little long pieces of greenery. And so you may want to get a pack of these, and that's just to help you fill in some spots if you need to for your project. So anyway, along with some glue and some paint, that's all you're going to need, and we're going to go ahead and get started. Okay, so the first thing that I'm going to do is I am going to paint my wood boxes here. And, you know, this doesn't have to be neat. It doesn't have to be perfect because you're not really going to see this. You might see the bottom part of it a little bit, but the whole goal is for this to look kind of like a little forest of trees. And so I do want the part that is going to show on the bottom or the base of this to be brown, kind of like the tree trunk. So I'm going to paint these brown and let those dry, and then once I do that, basically all you're going to be doing from that point on is just putting everything together. So while I'm waiting for my little boxes to dry, I'm going to go ahead and take my little Christmas trees out of the boxes and try and figure out what I'm going to do with these to get these to do what I want them to. So as you can see, they're not very big. So basically the idea is to have these trees, one in each box, but I want them to be very close together. So I'm just going to right now open these up and see just how sparse they are. You can see these trees are pretty, you know, they're not very thick, which is why you need these. Unfortunately, I don't think that's going to be enough. So I might have to go back and get some more. We'll see. Okay, so this is what the tree looks like, and like I said, I'm going to stick each tree down into the box, but I just wanted to kind of see what it was I was working with. So I'm going to go ahead and open up this one. I am going to wait until after I get them secured down in the box before I start filling in the empty spots. And yeah, so but I'm going to glue the ends of my boxes together, and to tell you the truth, I probably didn't even need to paint these because they're going to be, you know, glued together. And I did paint the inside just because I'm OCD like that, but I'm proud of myself. I did not do the bottoms. So I'm just going to turn this up here, and I'm going to put some hot glue on it. And you're going to want to be pretty quick with this because this glue can dry pretty quick. And so I'm just going to turn it back and then push them together. And you know, they're not perfect because these boxes are not, you know, exactly perfect, but you're not going to be able to tell, and it really doesn't matter. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut my piece here to fit in here. A good thing I have 2 blocks. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut this one. So the base of this tree does come off. As you can see, you just take that and pull that off. First I wasn't sure what I wanted to do, but I did decide I wanted to go ahead and take that off because I am going to stick this down in here. And I'm going to give y'all a different angle so that you can see it a little bit better. So I am going to stick one tree down in this one. I'm just going to put it right in the center. And if you want to make it a little bit more secure, you can probably put some hot glue down in there, but you know, for right now, I'm just going to do it like this. I'm going to have to kind of bunch these up a little bit just so that I can have room, and then I can always go back and fluff my branches later. And so I'm going to stick this one down in here. Let me go ahead and close these up some, give me some room to work. Right, so those are in there. Now, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and glue my red truck to the front of this. And then after I get my red truck glued on, then I'm going to fluff my branches and then add and fill in any spots that I need to in order to make that, you know, work. So I'm just going to find out where my points are on here that's going to touch the box. Then I'm going to put hot glue on it and go ahead and put that on there. So where the tree is, it looks like it's kind of pushing out on that a little bit. So I am going to be putting the glue right there where the tree is. And then I'm going to turn it around here. If you want to draw a line or something that you can. So let's just see how this is going to do. All right, so I'm gonna do the other side. I got my glue a little bit too high up, but that's okay. Like I said, you're not gonna be able to see it. And now when I do this one, I'll kind of know better where I need to place my glue. So I am gonna do the other side as well. That way, no matter which side of the table you're sitting on, you will be able to see, you know, the little truck. All right, I know it's a little bit hard to see just because the background, you know, if I had a solid background there, you could see it a little bit better. But these are 3 Christmas trees, and what I basically did was after I glued the trucks onto the base, I decided that I didn't like the way it looked with 2 trees. So I added a 3rd tree in the middle, and all I did was take the outer trees and move them down as far as I possibly could and put, you know, them on the ends of the truck so that I could make room for the one in the middle. I also went over each tree with a little bit of white spray paint because I wanted to give them a little bit of a snowy effect, but I didn't want a completely white tree. So that is where I'm at right now. I do think it looks a whole lot better. I did leave the top of this a little bit higher than the other 2 on the other side just because you know, I just felt like it would, you know, be more uniform that way. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to decorate this up a little bit, and I don't want to do too much to these trees because I do kind of want to keep the nature type theme or the simplicity of it. But I did pick up some of these little berry garland, and I am going to take this and I'm going to wrap these around some of the branches, and I'm just going to pick a few branches here and there on each side, and I'm going to start at the back of the branch, and I'm just going to kind of wrap it around to the front. And You know, this garland is made out of wire, so it really does a good job at that. And I'll show you a few that I'm going to do, and then, you know, I'll stop it, of course, and then go back and do the rest. So this is a piece that I already pulled out, and I'm just going to start with this one. And I don't think I'm going to need more than about, you know, this much. And I do want to clip where I'm going to start the next berries. You know, you always want them to start where there's some berries on the end. So I'm going to take this, and then I'm just going to start, and I'll just start with this one here. Let's see if I can move this closer to where you can see what it is that I'm doing here. And I'm going to just pull this one down, and I'm going to start at the base here, and I'm just going to wrap it. Actually, I didn't even need that much. So just to show you how much I did not need. So I'm going to start and actually do this on a longer branch, which is toward the bottom. So that way, and then I'll cut the other ones that I do a little bit shorter. Just bend this around. And then, and you don't have to go all the way to the base if you don't want to. You can certainly, you know, just kind of like start midway, which is probably what I'm going to do on the next ones. And you can position these to where they, you know, how much you want them to show, but you can see the little berries there, and it's just wrapped around that one little branch. That way I can just pick and choose a few little places that I want to in each one of these, and then, you know, I'll have some other garland that I bought saved to use for maybe another project or something like that. But I'm going to go ahead and finish doing all of these berries, and then I'll come back and, you know, we'll see what that looks like. Okay, y'all, so I just want to let you know that I am absolutely loving these berries. They are so beautiful, and I did not use anywhere near as many, but the trees actually look more full because I did not wrap them around the tree. And then you also don't have, like, you know, the string part going, you know, back and forth, you know, that you would have had if you'd have done that. I mean, these actually just look like these little berries are growing off the branches. So I really, really like how this turned out. I think this is so adorably cute, and I am going to show you what this looks like sitting up on a table once I'm done, so you can kind of get a better feel for what this is going to look like. I did buy tonight some pine cones. These are little mini pine cones from the Dollar Tree. Now these do not have a smell to them. I think this is strictly for crafting purposes, but I'm going to take these out of the bag, and I'm going to see how it would look if I place a few little pine cones in different areas of the tree. And of course, if I decide to put those in there, I will be hot gluing those in. I don't want to put too many because I don't want it to, you know, overload the tree, but I think a few might give it a nice little touch. So I'm going to do that. And you can see, you know, the size of these little pine cones. So they're really small, and they're actually perfect for this tree. So I'm just going to place a few in different areas just to kind of see what it looks like, and you know, determine whether or not it's something that I want to put in the tree. And I actually am really liking it. I think those are so cute. Oh my goodness. Okay. So I do believe the pine cones are going to be added to the tree. So I'm going to go ahead and hot glue these down in different little areas, and then I'll show you what it looks like when I'm done.